in the heart of the Rockies.
This is terrifying right now, to be honest with you. It's terrifying.
Smashed tracks.
This isn't good. We got a huge potential derailment.
And century-old bridges.
If you're afraid of heights, this is not the job for you.
Challenge crews as they haul a crucial 16,500-ton payload of coal across the mountains.
There's the black stuff we haul.
You're not going to survive at those speeds and with that weight.
Hang on to your hat.
In the towering Rockies, veteran engineer Jeff Moseth and conductor Grant Bay are racing their empty train east to collect a valuable $3 million shipment of coal.
I'm driving a 152-car coal empty. Coal trains are the biggest, the longest, hardest trains to run, so you got to be aware your train is, or you can rip it apart easily. I know how a train feels, what a train should be doing. It takes a while to get that feel. It's night and day, driving a train in the winter and then it's in the summer. Got a lot more to worry about and think about in the winter. As an engineer, I like to run a train through the Rocky Mountains. It keeps you a lot more on the ball. It's either in your blood or it isn't.
Once loaded, it will take 4 separate locomotives producing more than 17,000 horsepower, as well as great skill, to power this Goliath through the mountains.
I worked the main line and signals for 15 years. And Grant worked them for a few years too. So kind of a senior crew you got today.
Yeah, I'm a conductor on CP Rail, and Jeff runs the train, and I make sure that everything's in running order. We're 8,300 feet, so we're well over a mile and a half.
We go from here down to whatever coal mine the train's destined for. This train today is destined for Green Hills.
Jeff and Grant must take a winding path through the mountains, crossing the century-old Stony Creek Bridge to reach a coal mine in Green Hills. Here, they'll take on 16,500 tons of freshly mined coal and begin its 1,000-kilometer journey west, back through the Rockies to the port of Vancouver. That's where a ship is waiting to be loaded, and it must depart before nightfall.
I would say 70% of our work is coal, and it's been since 1970 they started the coal trip.
Coal is a vital part of Canada's economy. It's used to manufacture the steel needed for buildings, bridges, ships, and railroads. The industry is worth over $4 billion in British Columbia alone. The pressure is on Jeff and Grant to deliver their load on time.
Costs money, right? If it's delayed long enough. Time is money.
The coal run will take them up into the heart of the hazardous Avalanche zone, where history weighs heavy on the minds of the crew.
Actually, there was an incident in '95 where 2 of our co-workers got killed over on the mountains into Nelson there, and a slide had come down when they hit it, and there was 3 men on the crew that day, and 1 survived. We all become to know each other on the railroad as a kind of a family, and yeah, one guy was pretty close, yeah. So it was tough for a while.
Ahead of Jeff and Grant's train in Glacier National Park.
CP Foreman Stanley Cameron, Structures Kent Jones 1 over.
In his modified rail truck, engineer Kent Jones is on call.
We take care of bridges, culverts, retaining walls, tunnels. We're on our way down to Stony Creek Bridge, mile 76.19 in the Connaught track, and we're going to be performing our bridge inspection.
There are more than 3,000 bridges across Canadian Pacific's network of tracks. Today, Kent is heading to one of the most spectacular pinch points on the coal run. The mighty Stony Creek Bridge.
Stony Creek Bridge is a steel structure. It's one of the highest we have on our territory here. It's 300 plus feet to the ground. It's a pretty historic bridge. It's been here for a long time. Originally, it was a wooden structure.
When completed in 1885, the original Stony Creek Bridge became the tallest wooden bridge in the world. This bridge was a crucial link enabling the first transcontinental train to run across Canada in the same year. The bridge was rebuilt from steel in 1893 to increase its resilience to heavier and longer trains carrying lumber and coal. For over a century, the bridge has been an integral part of the route through the Rocky Mountains. To reach the bridge,
Take a look at that.
Jeff and Grant must first guide their coal train through the Selkirk Mountains that are currently buried in snow.
Our job just involves making sure the track is secure for trains to go across country.
Trains can't run safely if there's more than 10 centimeters of snow on the tracks. So 31-year-old assistant machine operator Amanda Simak and production manager Kevin Thompson are working hard to clear the way.
It's a big deal when things go down and every minute counts.
Amanda has been working on the railroad for 3 years.
I was a legal assistant before this, and all I really looked at was concrete walls.
But out here, I mean, I love it. I love being a railroader. You look around and you remember just where you are and how beautiful it is.
I can't imagine what it would have been like way back in the day, having less machinery than what we use out here.
In the early days of the railway, crews of men 1,000 strong, armed with little more than shovels, were used to clear the snow off the tracks. It wasn't until the iconic wedge plows were developed in the 1880s that machines took over this grueling task. Unchanged in design since, these powerful machines remain the mountain railroad workhorses to this day.
This particular plow, they're ideal for this area because of the avalanches that we get. That's why we get the V shape on them to knock them to both sides. We can clear it off and then the trains can come on behind us. We're getting into the area where there's quite a bit of slide activity.
There's tons of trains a day. It's never ending. So we've got to make sure that every bit of it's safe. It's very important.
Just as they clear the final stretch of the tracks,
Attention, this is a mountain subarctic with an avalanche hazard change notice. Zone 1, change from considerable to high. Zone 1, change from considerable to high.
an avalanche warning forces Amanda and Kent's crews to a halt.
Wow, 5875, stop signal, Ross Peak, 10 cars.
This is terrifying right now, to be honest with you. Terrifying.
In Glacier National Park,
We'll have to wait and see if anything comes down, then we can travel.
an avalanche warning has brought work crews to a complete standstill.
Foreman Kent Jones stopped on the main track.
Kent Jones is trying to reach Stony Creek Bridge to carry out a crucial inspection.
All it takes is the schedule to change a little bit, and your track time, either gain it or you lose it.
CP Foreman Stanley Cameron, okay. Main track clear. Let's go 10:30, 1 knot, 3 knot.
Oh, not much time.
Over.
Hour and a half.
The minor avalanche didn't reach the rail, but the 30-minute wait has messed up Kent's schedule. Higher up in the mountains, Amanda and Kevin also get the go-ahead.
Everything's clear, nothing hit the track today. So we'll move on.
Their 1920 snowplow has cleared the path for the coal train.
Let's get out of here.
I mean, look at this. I get paid to see this. Pretty sweet to be Canadian, I'll tell you that much.
At Stony Creek Bridge,
You got her.
Yeah, now down. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. If you're afraid of heights, this is not the job for you.
Kent is working with Bridge Inspector Bill Buss to maneuver the railway's custom-built inspection vehicle into position. This machine costs more than $500,000 and is equipped with a hydraulic arm that can lift engineers 15 meters out over the edge and underneath high bridges and viaducts.
This vehicle is called an underbridge inspection truck. It'll actually pivot a little more than 180 degrees under the truck. But as soon as you start trying to swing away from the bridge, the limit switches will stop it from doing that. The truck itself is a heavy vehicle. It's 55,000 pounds or 25,000 kilos.
All eastbound trains through the Rockies must cross this bridge, including Jeff and Grant's coal train.
We're running 40, 45 trains a day. That's a lot of tonnage coming over here, and the trains are now close to 2 miles long.
We're chugging along at 50 here. This is a pretty fast track here.
Running a 2.5-kilometer long train over Stony Creek Bridge's 90-meter drop is a daunting prospect, even for the railroad's most experienced crews.
There's quite some treacherous and mountainous ravines and heavy terrain, and there's increased opportunity for things to happen out there. But
I've had a couple derailments over the years. They're not fun. If you're going with Stony Creek Bridge, if something did happen, it'd probably be end of life story. To be honest with you, it's a long drop.
Engineering breakthroughs like the Stony Creek Bridge allowed Canadian Pacific Railways to forge this legendary railroad across the country. But there are other smaller railways that are helping tie the country together. 2,500 kilometers east, just south of the Arctic Circle, the Ontario Northland Railway shuttles crucial supplies to the remote communities between the towns of Cochrane and Moosonee and beyond.
We're on and off stuff, moving stuff all the time. To go to Moosonee, this will be the stuff that'll be on the head end.
It's one of the last flag-stop railroads in the country. It's up to Jay Faldine and the team to keep the trains rolling in the subarctic temperatures.
Winters aren't fun, no, but it's something you get used to. But there are some days where you'd much rather be just about anywhere else than outside when it's minus 50.
6 coaches to spot 18-6.
Today, 23-year-old rookie Jody Nichols is working with the crew to prepare for a special journey.
I'm a conductor trainee for the Ontario Northland Railway, so I've only been working here for about 4 months. It's really fun so far.
We're going to get some clearances, and then we're going to head out to Moosonee.
It's very male-dominated. I came from serving and bartending, and it's mainly just females in that industry. And my friends were like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that was a job.
Jody is still coming to grips with the challenges of being a railroader.
The cold weather affects a lot about our job. It not only what we're doing in the yard, even on the main line.
Perfect.
Pull that handle behind you there.
It's a completely new lifestyle. You don't really have a schedule anymore, so you're basically you're on call 24/7, 365 days a year.
Okay to go for it.
Today I'm going to be working with conductor Sheldon. He's a lot of fun to work with.
Since 1932, the Ontario Northland has provided the only year-round land link to get passengers and freight to the remote James Bay communities.
Today we got just a special train. It's a little out of the ordinary for us to run a Saturday to Moosonee, but it's a hockey tournament for the First Nations down in Mississauga, so it's a little different, but it'll be a fun day.
Sheldon and Jody need to run the Polar Bear Express 300 kilometers north, through plummeting temperatures, to pick up the group of children waiting at the end of the line in Moosonee. Then transport them back down to Cochrane in time to get to their tournament.
Without the special train today, a lot of the coastal communities wouldn't be able to make it.
I think about 200 kids and their families are going to go down. So we're going to be there around 11:30 this morning.
Canada is associated with hockey. I mean, that's why we win all the time.
Sometimes you learn to skate before you learn to walk here.
North, near the end of the line, hockey coach and dad Jeff Moore wraps up practice before the team catches the train south.
We're preparing for a large all-Aboriginal tournament in Mississauga for a week full of hockey. There you go. During the winter seasons, there's not a whole lot for our Aboriginal children to do up here in the north, so hockey, yeah, is a very huge part of our lives. Here we go, Mississauga! Woo!
At the Stony Creek Bridge in BC,
There, Kent?
That's good there, Vern.
Kent and Bill are racing to carry out their inspection and get off the tracks so that the coal train can pass through.
Okay, hold it, hold it.
You're clear of the walkway now.
They're hunting for any signs of metal fatigue or loose bolts that could compromise the structure's ability to support heavy trains.
We had a 15-foot extension there that he's just lowering in right now, but we're looking at being able to pretty much wrap right around this bridge. Really, it's the only way we get to inspect the underside of our bridges nowadays. Generally, you get used to heights. I was a little nervous the first year I came out here 25, 30 years ago. Now it's second nature. You don't even think about it.
Whether it's 50 feet or 300 feet to the ground, it's still the ground.
Looking for cracks, missing bolts, anything that shouldn't be there, bleeding rivets. Bleeding rivet is a rust mark coming down. We call them bleeding rivets. And that indicates that the rivet is moving itself, so it has to be replaced.
A century of extreme weather has corroded its steel. Kent has thousands of rivets to inspect.
There's a little bit of rust jacking right here between these plates. This shows the separation in the plate there from the rust pushing over the ears. The rust still actually, it pushes the plates apart. It just depends on how fast it starts to rust jack.
If there's a whole bunch in an area, then obviously we have an issue that we have to address immediately.
The steel is corroding in one spot.
If this came to the point where it was cracked or broken, you'd break the rivets off here and you would change that out and put a new piece of steel in there. We'll go back up to the deck there. I'm satisfied that I've seen everything I need to see today.
With the rust limited to just one area, Kent decides that the bridge can stay open.
This bridge is over 100 years old and it stood the test of time. It will probably be here long after I'm gone.
But they'll need to keep a close eye on it.
Watch a couple trains go over it from down below and up top, see what's happening with the deck and see how things are reacting and moving.
With the bridge clear,
The whole thing about this job is don't think 5 steps ahead.
they slow down as they make their approach.
We have to work as a team. You and the conductor are always communicating, because that's when you'll miss something and get into trouble.
These are the things that happen. It's weather, it's erosion, it's slides.
If your train stops at Stony Creek Bridge, you can't move anywhere. You look way down, so it's a big drop. The worst thing, maybe derailment. That'd be the worst issue.
Some things that are out of your control.
As Jeff and Grant approach the historic Stony Creek Bridge,
On the railway, nothing beats experience. Because you've seen it, you've been there, you've done that, but never get too far ahead of yourself.
there is no turning back.
You got to realize we're on moving equipment and potential for an accident or danger is imminent. Trust in the structures that you go over and you trust in the rail that the foreman have fixed. But I mean, that's part of the job.
Further down the line,
Are you coming out here?
Yeah, why, what's up?
Roadmaster Chad Deschamps is taking his first call of the day on his stretch of line outside Revelstoke.
Have you seen this frog at the west end of Greeley?
I haven't seen it, no.
I think we're going to need to maybe stop trains here. The whole point area is going to crack right through one side, across the top and back down the other.
Sakes.
You come and have a look then, we'll see what you think.
I'll be there in 5.
Okay, Chad.
Okay, 5 for
Good,
now.
thanks. Bye.
A special section of track called a frog is damaged.
I got a frog. He's saying it's cracked out really, really bad. So we might have to change the frog out.
A frog is a rail component that allows a train to switch onto another set of tracks. Engineers cast this component from a super hardened stretch of manganese steel to withstand the weight of the millions of tons of rail traffic that run over it each week. But cold weather can make the frog brittle. If the point breaks, it can force the train's wheels to take 2 different directions as they roll over it, potentially derailing a train.
This isn't good. Any movement in here, like if this isn't sitting nice and tight on the ties, it just up and down action, even side to side.
This can blow out and essentially have a big hole here.
We got a huge potential derailment.
Replacing the frog is a time-consuming job, and Chad isn't happy that the crew didn't flag this problem sooner.
Did you get the frog?
I told her about that the other day.
You know what? Start telling me, okay? It's Monday.
And she told me, she said, oh, that's fine, don't bother.
That's fine. Remember, that's a line outage, so you guys can work till midnight.
In frozen northern Ontario,
Want me to trip it up?
Yeah.
They're all open.
Jody and the Polar Bear Express power north to Moosonee.
Today, the Polar Bear is made up of 6 coaches, which is a couple extra than we normally have, a dining car, 2 APUs, so those are the power units that power the coaches and put heat and light towards them. And we have a baggage car for all the hockey bags and all the hockey sticks.
But 160 kilometers out of Cochrane,
Low oil pressure up there. I wonder if we shut this one right off, did it make a difference? Or do we won't get running again?
they run into trouble.
You can shut it off, it'll start again.
So we're in the AP right now. The power's off. I can't really see anything. It's really cold in here.
Half the coaches have lost power and heat.
Currently, we're just looking at it, just trying to see what we can do without the electrician.
One power unit is still up and running, but it's not heating the whole train. That's a big problem out here, with temperatures at minus 35.
Hopefully, we'll be able to get it fixed.
We've lost all our power. We don't get it back on, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Is it on now?
No, not now.
West,
Some of our tracks up to 45, 50 miles an hour in places, so we're moving pretty heavy.
Jeff and Grant's mammoth coal train is hurtling towards the mine.
It can be costly if the mine's expecting a coal train by a certain time, and then it's delayed, you know what I mean? Time is money. There's the black stuff we haul.
Green Hills Mine in East Kootenay has produced more than 130 million tons of steelmaking coal since 1983, with the CP Railway transporting it from the start of operations.
Back then, it didn't have the technology to run all that many cars.
Canadian Pacific was a pioneer in transporting coal by rail. In 1970, they introduced coal trains that could pull 88 steel rail cars. Back then, the trains could only haul 9,000 tons of coal. But by switching to lighter aluminum cars, both loads and profits grew.
With the newer power and the newer cars, lighter cars, aluminum cars, we're able to transport quite a bit more coal.
That's important as the coal industry employs more than 40,000 people across Canada.
We bring the trains up to the entrance and the mines take over.
It rests on the shoulders of Fred Plessy to load the train.
We produce about 9,000 clean tons of coal every 12 hours, so it'd be about 18,000 a day. We now run the train through the silo and load it, so we're running the train and loading it at the same time.
A remote control system guides the 152 empty cars through the loading plant. But just as the coal starts flowing,
Tear scales aren't working on, Freddie.
they hit a problem.
Problem is the empty cars that come from the port are still full of some coal in the bottom, so we need to weigh that. And right now the scales aren't working, so we need to send the train back out and try to reweigh it. It's possible right now I'm gonna have to stop this train.
At the Green Hills coal mine,
The railway has a schedule they like to keep, so it's an unexpected delay.
faulty scales threaten to hold up Grant and Jeff's train.
Each car roughly, there's 152 empty coal cars, and each car roughly holds 100 ton of coal.
I reverse the train past the scales, reset the scales on the computer, and hopefully that will fix the issue. Hello. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later. Senior tech just gave me the green light to go ahead with loading of the train.
All right, let's see some coal go in those cars. This train here roughly works out to about 16,500 tons of coal for the whole train. It's usually a very smooth operation. Well, there's obviously always a chance of some kind of mechanical failure. You know, you're going over the passes and everything, so that engine has to know what it's pulling. They want it at the weight you're saying you're putting out at.
You have to know the weights when you're stopping these trains as an engineer, or you can get scary.
All right, final car's loaded and she's ready to go.
Another day of loading coal.
Yeah.
All set. You set?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all set to pull and we can depart.
In Revelstoke, ahead of the coal train,
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Chad is assessing the damage to a crucial section of track used to route trains, called a frog.
The biggest thing is this crack right here. Like, the welder could come here and cut this out and rebuild this whole point. But I think if you took a ball peen hammer and just kind of tapped it, it'd probably be hollow underneath. This piece could break out, which is the most important, vital part of a frog. On this side, it's even worse. A train hits that at 35 miles an hour, and this whole piece could break out.
It's so badly cracked that Chad has no option but to replace the whole thing. 23-year-old rookie Jimmy Taylor joins the reinforcements.
The best bit of the job would probably be you're always out, you're always doing something, rain or shine. It's never really a boring day, honestly.
Working on the railway is very dangerous. You always have to be alert. You always have to pay attention. If you're not, you have a potential of getting injured or worse, killed.
He's keeping an extra close watch on Jimmy, who was recently reprimanded for leaving a critical switch open.
Leaving that switch open was honestly probably one of the worst things I've ever done. I couldn't even imagine the feeling I'd get if they said, you left that switch open and then a train derailed, killed the conductor, cost millions of dollars worth of damage. Thankfully, none of that happened, obviously, but it could have. It very well could have happened.
Chad is feeling the pressure. He's responsible for both the safety of the team and the trains that run on this track.
You run 25 trains today or something like that. 15 of them are 20,000 tons or more or something like that. And that's a lot of tonnage going over this frog.
I can't even imagine the weight of the trains, and you're not going to survive a derailment at those speeds with that weight.
In Ontario's north,
We're having APU problems right now for one half of the train.
Jody and the team are scrambling to fix the broken power unit on their train.
If we don't get the power back on, the coaches will freeze up. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the power back up.
If you lose your heat, you're in a lot more trouble when it's minus 20 as opposed to when you're in the summertime.
It's minus 36 at 4 this morning.
With 3 of the train's 6 coaches below freezing, they may not be able to pick up and transport all the kids to their hockey tournament.
This is a vestibule of a coach. So this is how the temperature would be in the coaches if we didn't have power to them.
Things can go wrong in a hurry, and once one thing goes wrong, it just snowballs after that.
So we had to stop the train because the power cables are located in between the cars. And we're gonna hook it up to the other APU now and see if that'll run our power through the other coaches.
In Moosonee,
I'm not 100% sure where the train is, but we're here.
hockey coach Jeff Moore arrives at the station to bad news.
Attention passengers, may I have your attention please? Due to mechanical issues, our train is running late today.
What? Goodness.
She's tight.
When you're trying to fix stuff in the cold, that's a challenge, especially when you're 100 miles from Cochrane.
These are the power cables. Okay, didn't get a shock yet, so that's good.
Holy.
With the cables hooked up to the one working power unit, the big test.
It should work. After we put the power back on to the coaches, it should power the whole train now.
Did you guys take that loop out of the other APU in the coach?
Okay. How we doing, William?
Okay, give it a shot.
Okay. Same thing.
That's it. We got no power to the 3 North End coaches.
South of the Arctic Circle, Jody and the crew are limping into Moosonee, with power still out on 3 of their 6 passenger cars.
In this generator car, we have 2 engines, and neither one of them is, we can't get them to run at a high idle that we need to produce the amps to power the 3 coaches on this end. Kind of where we're at. I don't know too much about electrical, so I'm just doing my best.
train's finally arrived. Everybody's a little impatient, but I think we're all relieved that it's here.
There's so many people.
Jody squeezes all the kids into the heated coaches, while the crew scrambles to fix the power one last time.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Ready to try it? We'll give it one shot there.
We're gonna try. So yeah, we're gonna unplug some cables between the coaches, and we're gonna try to power these coaches from the APU at the north end of the train. Power's off. Power's off. We're clear, and we got the cables done up. Throw the power on.
Coming on.
Power in there. Sounded like something come on in there.
In there, yeah, we got power to the right here, nothing to...
We have to turn on all those breakers again. And panel box there, number 4.
Oh, there we go. We got power in car 4.
What's our engine number now?
We're doing good. We got power in car 5.
Okay,
By the looks of
thank
it. Got lights working, eh? Holy cow! Sometimes when the train set gets moving, that'll trip something with the generator car too. So we're not out of the water yet. Okay, let's get this going here.
If this fix holds, Sheldon may be able to heat and open the frozen coaches.
You see these lights go off, I might just jump off and stay here for the weekend.
In the Rockies,
Every time we get on the track, we need a track occupancy permit, which is provided by the RTC, which is Rail Traffic Control.
Chad needs to shut this stretch of line down to replace the damaged point called a frog.
We're on a pretty tight schedule here, and if we can't get it done, it's his ass on the line, it's his job, he's in charge of the whole situation, basically.
RTC seat form Jake Steams to Greeley, over.
Go ahead.
The frog's in bad condition.
The frog is no ordinary piece of track. It takes Canadian Pacific engineers 2 days to forge and machine each point at a workshop in Winnipeg.
We machine the switch point. Some are for frog rails, point rails. We do everything about the rails.
Workers here forge up to 130 switches and frogs every month to help keep the railroad's 20,000 kilometers of track open.
Okay, the most important part of this part is to machine this rail correctly. Otherwise, down the road, it might cause any number of accidents.
Track points must bear massive weights, so workers use special impact explosives to compress the steel, making it even stronger.
Right now, they're actually laying the explosive on the casting. It's an impact-sensitive explosive, so if you smack it with a hammer, there's a good chance it's going to go off. It's about a 28,000 feet per second explosive. It's a little less than C4, but it's still got a good bang to it.
This controlled explosion creates just enough force to send a compressive shock wave through the steel without destroying it.
The actual explosive itself actually compresses the steel probably about a 32nd of an inch, making it harder. We need that hardness in them for wear, so they last longer. Okay, we're live. That's it. Everybody out.
Once blasted, workers reassemble the hardened steel.
The assembly itself is the most crucial part. I mean, everything has got to be perfect. It's important. You got lives on the line, so you don't ship anything out until you know it's right.
And deliver it to the field.
My material truck is ready. He can bring out the new frog and we can put it in.
East in Ontario, Jody and the crew are navigating the wounded Polar Bear Express south.
Originally, when we left Cochrane, we had 2 APUs powering 3 coaches each. But that APU is no longer working for us, so we've hooked the whole train up to 1 generator car. And as of now, it seems to be holding the power. But now, if we lose power, we're going to lose it in the whole train.
Sheldon checks how well the fix is holding up.
We're going to open up the coach here that we had locked up, and we're going to see how warm it is. And hopefully everything's good and we'll be able to open it up so people can move and they're not so cramped in the other coaches. It's pretty warm. I think everything seems to be working. Heat-wise, power's on. Everything's warming up. Just want to check the bathroom. The toilets are froze, so I don't know if they're going to flush. Check out in here. This would be coach 6, and we had 4, 5, and 6 locked. So, and this one feels quite warm. The coaches are warm. I don't know if the bathrooms are going to work, but we should be able to let some people in.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We're just doing this just for a precautionary measure that no one tries to use it and realizes they can't halfway through.
With having nothing happen in an hour, I don't want to say, hey, you know, there's no wood to knock on, but hopefully we're out of the trouble and we're going to make it home.
In the Rockies,
The sights you see on the railway and you do on the highway, it's completely different. The country's beautiful, I think, in the Rockies.
Jeff and Grant are powering their fully loaded coal train through the mountain wilderness.
I'm not one for sitting in an office, so I enjoy the outdoors. You know, the job's great when you're out here and enjoying it. As long as everything's working together, it's fine. I think Jeff would agree.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ahead of the train,
I'm gonna put it right here. Watch that tail.
Chad's team is running out of time to slot the new rail frog seamlessly into place.
The frog isn't sitting as well as we thought it should. It just doesn't want to go. Right now, I believe we have trains stopping for us at the moment, which isn't a good idea.
Days long from being over with.
We got guys measuring, we got guys hitting things. Another one? Hit something enough and it'll work eventually.
We just got to get it out of there. Let's stick something under there.
Isn't this one though? Thrusted to.
Under pressure, Jimmy's attitude is bothering Chad.
You get it? Is that working?
And Chad is running out of patience.
We're here for one thing, and that's make sure that there's no train accidents. It's not because we're being strict, it's to save people's lives. I don't know if we're making any leadway here, but we work in a lot of situations where it's urgency, lots of moving equipment, pinch points, you know, it's fast, and you just got to really, you know, keep your head in the game, work safe. I might be hard on guys, but I'm hard on for one reason. When there's a lack of communication or a breakdown, that's when an accident or a tragedy happens. In the last, 6 months, it's just been a challenge.
I do really love it here.
Yeah, no, I know you do it, but we have rules, and unfortunately, a lot of the rules were written with blood. Like every rule that is that we go by, someone either got injured or killed. So that's why my goal here is to be injury-free and make sure everybody goes home every day safe. You know, I have a lot of young fellas working. They don't want to work safe, then they're not going to be welcome here.
Jeff and Grant's coal train is fast approaching Chad's team as they race to repair the broken track.
Yeah, I have been the victim of broken rail a few times. I've been the victim of derailments. I've seen it all.
Derailments, broken rails happen. It's out of our control. Unfortunately, there's those incidents where there is accidents and people get killed. But I mean, our maintenance crews do the best they can, but it's just the potential of things happening.
Following a strong word from Chad,
I know a lot of people have their doubts about me, and I need to prove these people wrong.
Jimmy's focus is back on the job at hand.
Can we use the old spikes?
Do you have new spikes on board?
Yeah, use them. Good.
The team uses spikes to secure the new point onto the wooden ties.
It takes a lot out of you spiking, especially being me. I'm asthmatic, I'm an ex-smoker, I'm obviously a little on the overweight side.
finish the frog. It fits well. We gotta let a train come through. The traffic's got to keep moving.
Hang on to your hat.
The team keeps a close eye on the repair as Jeff's coal train rolls through. It's job done, but Jimmy's future with Chad's Revelstoke crew is far from certain.
It seems like Chad is under a lot of stress at all times.
Frankly, I keep up, and I mean, no boss is gonna want that around.
We're at about mile 6 miles out of town.
After taking a beating from the cold weather, Jody and the team are closing in on Cochrane.
Everybody kind of pulled it together, and I mean, now the kids can get on their way and go to the Little NHL, and they can have a good week, and we can have a good Saturday night. Nice weekend for everybody.
It's a huge part of our lives up here. The train, getting in and out of town, bringing in freight, bringing in groceries, bringing in fuel. It's more of our lifeline than anything else for a lot of us back home.
We got the coaches working again, so it's all under control, and everyone's happy to be back in Cochrane pretty soon.
Jody's almost finished her first little NHL scary trip. Jody being a trainee, it was a good day for her to see the stuff that can go wrong, especially like on the road when nobody can help you. So she did great. She's doing fine. She's going to do really well. And you got through it. I told you, you get through this day, you get through everything. So
we did it.
Did I? All right, folks, here we are. Welcome to Cochrane. Hope you enjoy your stay. Finally made it here, guys, after a good 5-hour ride. Nice little nap. We're all rested up. Yeah, should be a good one.
Against all odds, the Polar Bear Express got Jeff's hockey team to Cochrane.
That's it.
Good work out there.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
This coal train's come to a stop in about a mile and a half.
The coal train is now gunning towards Neptune Terminal in Vancouver to offload the coal into this massive 77,000-ton cargo ship.
It's been a good run. It's been a good run today.
Our part's done for the day. Now we'll pass the train off to this new crew here.
With a new crew, the coal train reaches its destination. Now it's down to the team at Neptune Terminal to complete the job.
We want to get the cargo through our very small terminal and onto a vessel as quickly as possible.
Operations manager Dave Foy uses this ingenious dumping machine to unload all 152 rail cars without taking the train apart. As the train moves through the dumper, special clamps lock each car onto the tracks and turn it upside down. The coal tips onto a conveyor belt that feeds it into the waiting ship. This extraordinary fast and efficient machine means that workers don't even have to unlock the rail cars. The dumper rotates them through the same axis as the train's connections. This system unloads one rail car every 90 seconds. That's 4,000 tons of coal every hour.
There's a lot of people that make this happen from mine to port. And I think we do a really good job here of not slowing down the system, and that's very important for us in this logistical chain that is coal delivery.
And the last car is in the pit.
With all the coal unloaded, it's ready to be shipped.
It's the end of the line. I mean, once it passes over those last few conveyors on those two ship loaders, that's it. We're not touching it anymore. So it's all about turning this one, getting the next vessel in, and keep the trains coming.
Canadian Pacific's coal train has done its job, navigating smashed rails and antique bridges to deliver its 16,500-ton payload of coal. Its way cleared by the crews who battle brutal weather and terrain to ensure this crucial mountain railroad keeps on running. Next time,
I gotta check the water level on that.
Mother Nature pummels the Rockies.
Quite a mess.
These things can happen in the blink of an eye.
And is Jimmy's time finally up?
I've shown up late many times.
I'm not putting up with it. I'm worried about you.